What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bucket, and this is Bucket's World of Vegas. Thank you guys for tuning in today. As you can tell by the title of this video that you clicked on, what we're going to talk about today are the top 5 reasons that you should never use third-party websites to book your hotels. And I mean that everywhere, but specifically with Las Vegas. Why Las Vegas? Because this is a Las Vegas channel. Anyway, a little bit of background on me. I've been in the hotel business for going on 10 years now, and I have seen the downside of booking third party firsthand. So take it from me, folks. I've seen it. I know what I'm talking about. Listen to what I'm telling you. And while you're here, if you guys don't mind, drop a like, drop a subscribe down below, leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Have you had a good experience booking third party? Because I have never seen that. Let me know what you think. It really helps grow the channel, and that's ultimately what we're trying to do here. So let's get on with it. The top 5 things, or the top 5 reasons that you should never book third-party websites to book your hotel rooms, specifically in Las Vegas. So let's go ahead and start off with number 1. The number 1 reason that you should not use third-party websites to book your hotel rooms is, and this is a big one, is because you do not end up with a reservation at the hotel. Yep, you heard me right. Let that sink in. And the reason for that is that when you book on any of these third-party websites, now the major ones being hotels.com, expedia.com, Travelocity, there's Kayak, there's booking.com. The list could go on forever. But the result is all the same. When you book with these websites, you are not making a reservation with the hotel. They are making a reservation at the hotel in your name. So what does that mean to you? It means a lot of things, but you need to keep in mind that when you make those reservations, you're not making a reservation. The hotel is making, or the website is making the reservation in your name. And this is a copy of Expedia.com. This is a part of their terms of use, and it clearly states it, but in a roundabout way in here. And if you read, it says the room rate displayed on the website is a combination of a pre-negotiated room rate for rooms reserved on your behalf by the Expedia companies, blah, blah, blah. That's where it basically says, and that's what you should hinge on, is that these rooms are reserved on your behalf by Expedia. So, personal experience. I've had seen it at my front desk at my hotels, and I work for one of the major hotel brands worldwide, if not the biggest hotel brand in the world. So I've seen it firsthand. Guests come in, and yeah, their name is on that reservation, but they have zero control of it. Which brings me to number 2. Number 2 reason why you should not use third-party websites to book your hotel reservations is because you have no control over that reservation after it's been booked. What does that mean? Well, let's say you go to Expedia.com, and let's say you book, I'm just going to pull one out of here. Let's say you pick the Luxor and you book at the Luxor, and you get to the hotel. Let's say you booked a standard room, which is a pyramid double queen. Let's say you book that room. You get to the hotel and you realize, hey, you know what? It's Vegas. Let's upgrade. Let's get a suite. So you tell the front desk, hey, here's my credit card. Here's my name. I want to upgrade to a suite. They're going to tell you, I'm sorry, but we can't do that. Well, why can't they do that? Because you don't have the reservation. Expedia has the reservation. So Expedia is the only one that can make changes to that reservation or has any kind of control of it whatsoever. Now, you can get the reservation changed, but it's going to be a headache to do that because you have to call Expedia and you have to discuss with them, hey, I'm checking into the hotel. I got a double queen room, but I want to upgrade to a suite. And it's up to them if they can do that or not, because Expedia might not have a negotiated rate with them on suites, so they wouldn't be able to upgrade you to a suite. Now, let's say the hotel is sold out. I mean, the change wouldn't be made anyway, uh, but you have a better chance of that happening if you don't book through a third party. So you can't change anything about the reservation without jumping through hoops. And most front desk agents will tell you this, no matter if it's a Vegas hotel or if it's a national chain. If you book third party, there's not a whole lot that the hotel can do when it comes to making any kind of changes or adjustments to that reservation once you show up to the hotel. The hotel that I work in, particularly, we have balconies on one side of our hotel that overlooks the pool area, and we get it all the time. Guests will come in, they'll get to the check-in desk, and they'll have a third-party reservation, but then they'll see our balconies and they'll go, "Hey, we want to move up to a balcony room." And boy, they get hot with us when we tell them, "I'm sorry, we can't do that." And the hotel's sold out, or you need to call Expedia and discuss that with them, and it's up to them if they want to do that or not. I mean, that's just the way it is. So not only do you not have a reservation at the hotel, Expedia does, you can't change anything. So the number three reason that you should not use third-party websites to book your travel is because you don't get any rewards points. Now, that could mean if it's Marriott, if you're a Bonvoy member and you book through a third party, you don't get the points for staying at that Marriott hotel on your Bonvoy account. Uh, Vegas in particular, the rewards system is a lot different than, like a Hyatt or a Hilton or a Marriott reward system. Their reward system revolves around players clubs. Now, if you're a Vegas person, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you may have experienced this in the past. But those reward points that you earn for gambling, for spending money on the resort grounds, for getting hotel rooms, things like that, all that stuff adds up to status. And status is kind of a big thing in Vegas, because that's going to determine if you start getting comp rooms or not. However, if you book through a third party, you don't get any of those rewards. So let's say you book a room for $100 for, but we'll just stick with the Luxor. If you book a $100 room at the Luxor, which that'd be a high end room at the Luxor, but you book that $100 room and you book it on Expedia, but you've got an M Life players card. I believe M Life is 5 times room charges to go towards your tier credits. So a $100 room booked direct through MGM would give you 500 points on your tier credits. If you book that same $100 room through hotels.com or even vegas.com or Travelocity or whatever, you're not going to get that 500 points. And everything that you charge to the room, whether it be meals or whatever, all of that is subject to the 5 times points. You're not going to get that. So that's a key thing. If you're booking through a third party, you're not going to get any of the rewards points. Excuse me. Um, Whether it be Marriott or Vegas or one of the other major hotel chains around the world. And again, this is Expedia's rules. It clearly states this right here on this line here. Hotel supplier loyalty points and or airline miles may not be awarded when booking Expedia special rate properties. And that's the truth. So you're missing out on your rewards points. You can't make any changes, and technically you don't have the reservation. Expedia does. So that brings me to number four. Number four is rather important. However, this probably doesn't happen near as much in Las Vegas than it does in other destination towns, mainly because Vegas probably has more hotel rooms than they know what to do with. I don't think they could ever fill them up. But there's a thing called a cancellation forecast. Every major hotel chain in the country uses this. Now, what is a cancellation forecast? Cancellation forecast is uh, based on previous years' history. They basically predict that there will be X amount of cancellations before a particular weekend. So let's say a hotel has 10 rooms and I'm sorry, 100 rooms, and on average over the past 2 years in any particular week, there's been 10 cancellations on average. So what that means is, or what that allows the hotels to do, is they oversell their hotels. That's right. If the hotel has 100 rooms, they use that cancellation forecast of 10 canceled rooms, so they sell 110. Yep, you heard that here. And it's true. I see it all the time. Uh, hotel has 100 rooms, they sell 110, and they hope that those 10 rooms actually cancel. But what happens if they don't? Somebody's getting screwed, right? That brings me at number 4. If you book through a third party, or sometimes employee rates, but when you book through a third party, your chances of being what they call walked, which means sent to another hotel, goes up, because the first people to get walked from a hotel in the event of an oversell are going to be your third party reservations and your employee rates. Those are going to be the first options. So if you have a room at a hotel, whether, like, again, maybe it's a Hyatt somewhere in Orlando, Florida, and their cancellation forecast doesn't work out, and now they're oversold, they're going to pull out their arrivals report, which is the list of everybody that's got a reservation, and the first thing they're going to look for is third-party website bookings, because effectively the hotel makes less money off of your booking than they would with somebody that books direct, because they don't have to pay a commission. So you're going to be the first person to go. So, recapping, number 1, you don't necessarily have a reservation. Expedia or the third party has a reservation in your name. Number 2, you can't make any changes to it once you get there. You're basically stuck with what you've got, unless the third party website is willing to make the adjustment, if they can, but they're ultimately going to charge you more for that. Number 3, you don't get any rewards for it. Why even make the booking if you're not going to capitalize on it, if you're not going to be able to? And then 4, your chances of being walked goes up significantly in the event of an oversold hotel. So number 5, and this one is actually probably going to be the most shocking, is that in most cases, the websites aren't even cheaper than booking direct. And I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to show you right here what I mean. So what I've done, this is mgmresorts.com. I have picked a random set of dates, and the reason that I picked these dates happens to be because I'm actually going back to Vegas on those dates, so I'm going to be looking at them anyway. So December 14th through the 17th, we're going to do this both at Caesars.com, which is where you would book their properties. These are the dates. And MGM Resorts, which is where we are here. And I've searched, and let's keep it with the Luxor theme, right? Let's go Luxor, starting at $33 a night. So let's start with hotels.com. And let's find, and again, you can see these are the dates. This is hotels.com. Let's see how much the Luxor is on hotels.com. Boom, $33 a night. Well, that's not cheaper at all. It's the same price. How about over here on Travelocity? Let's find the Luxor. Same thing, $33 a night. Wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Expedia, Luxor, $33 a night. Same dates. It doesn't make sense. They sell you that you're getting a deal on these websites. They tell you that you're getting a deal on these websites. But in actuality, you do your research, you're not getting a deal at all. We'll do the same thing with a Caesars property. Let's pick one of their lower tiered. Bally's. I love Bally's. $28 a night. So let's go to hotels.com and let's find Bally's. Where is Bally's? Bally's is right here. What do you know? $28 a night. But look, right here it says, oh, but that's 40% off. But is it really 40% off? Because if I were to book it direct, it's the same price. They want you to feel all warm and toasty, that you're getting a deal, but you're really not. Same thing here. Travelocity, Bally's, $28 a night. It also says it's 40% off. Same thing. Expedia. Let's find Bally's. What do you know? $28, 40% off. That's not savings at all. So it's not cheaper. Booking a third party, typically, it is not cheaper. Now, I say typically, and I emphasize that because sometimes it does happen where the advertised price on a third-party website is cheaper. Now, maybe it's $1 or $2, maybe it's $10. You're not going to find a significant difference. You're not going to find 40% off of that $28. And if you do, in the event that you do find a cheaper rate on a third-party website, hotels all have or a version of what they call a best rate guarantee. What does that mean to you as a consumer? That means that booking direct, you will always get the best available rate at that time of booking. What does that mean? So if you go to one of these third party websites and you see, hey, actually, this is a good example. You see Harrah's $19 a night, right? But then you go to Caesar's website and you find Harrah's and it's $41 a night. So in that sense, Vegas.com is a little bit different because they do work direct with the hotels. It is cheaper. Now, I'm using this as an example. If you actually open this up and scroll down, you'll read that it is a prepaid rate. Um, so the you always get a discount for paying up front. And I'll just to show you that. It says discounted rate, non-refundable because it's prepaid. You're paying up front. Most of the hotels you get a discount for paying up front anyway, and it's typically non-refundable. So that's the rate difference. I'm using this as an example. But let's say that was just a regular rate. So if you scroll down, let's see their rate that is a refundable rate is 66 bucks. So that's actually a little bit more. But if you find it cheaper, best rate guarantee, call the hotel, book it direct with them, and in most cases, they will meet that price and then beat it by a certain percentage. This has actually happened to me with Bellagio. I had booked a couple of rooms. I had booked my comp room through my players club, but I needed a second room, so I booked it at their best available rate, right? Which I think at the time, and this was in June of last year, during the pandemic, it was like $115 or whatever it was. But then I found it online for $99. All I had to do was I reached out to them and they said, okay, email. They sent me a form, said fill it out, send it to us. I had to prove what website it was that was advertising that, and they matched that price and then they beat it. So I ended up paying more by going direct. So that's it. That's my top 5 things. Those are the top 5 reasons that you should never use a third party website to book your travel. Um, if you have any questions down below, or maybe you know something that I don't, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Uh, Share this video, tell all your friends, do your research, tell your friends to do their research as well. I mean, I think in most cases, if you um, pull up these websites just like I did and you start comparing apples to apples when it comes to booking something, you'll see that it's not really the deal that they make you think that you're getting. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll speak to you guys later.